Here's the other thing. And, David, there's a secondary cut, but he talks about how he's smart, how he's all about ball, how it's all business. Look, it's just very clear. There's two notes, not just the Jamo thing. I think it's clear they're going to be super selective in the types of guys they bring here. And it's going to frustrate a lot of people, including me. But like Chase Young, we talked about this. How could you not go get Chase Young for the low cost of free? The third-round pick you give up, you don't sign him, you get a third-round compensatory. Mm-hmm. Well, what are some people saying about Chase Young? He freelances, takes plays off. He's not as scheme responsible as he should be. Well, does that sound like someone Dan Campbell's going to bring in here? Probably not. The DPJ thing. What are the words they use about most of the receivers? Smart, trustworthy, hardworking, professional.
Can move them around. Yeah.
Oh, there's the other one. Yes. What do they always say? Josh Reynolds. We love him because he can play so many different spots. Yeah. Now they bring in DPJ. Same deal. What does Jamo struggle with? That. Yeah. So here's my question. The Lions are going on the road to the Chargers as 2-point favorites. They're off the bye. They're ready to rock. I want to set the tone for the second half of the season here. And the question is simple. It's not about being right, being wrong. It's not a predictive measure. It's about where you're at mentally and emotionally with this football team. Rico, as we start the second half of the year, I am pretending Jameson Williams is not here. I am moving forward as if he does not exist. I no longer expect anything. I don't expect anything. I'm not demanding anything. I'm not asking for anything. I am moving forward as if he doesn't even play football here. Anything I get from Jamo's a bonus. I'm done. Because it is so evident to me. They went out and got Donovan Peoples-Jones because Donovan Peoples-Jones not only is going to replace Marvin Jones's spot, but he's going to be used in a way that Jamo can't be.
So basically you're saying that Jamo is going to get Trinity Benson, where he's just become that guy that's on the team, but you don't expect anything. See, I'm kind of with you because if you're the Lions, I wouldn't try to force anything. Now, if he's out there and he's open, you throw him the ball. But I don't think you could afford this late in the game to really – I mean, maybe when you play the Bears, you can use that as a Jamo reclamation day. We're going to try to get you 10,
I'm done.
receptions. But other than that, only when you're wide open are you going to get the ball because we have to win. And I can't sit here and try to make you feel good and make you feel a part of this team. That was on you while you weren't here.
So I want to ask people. Not a predictive measure. Not about being right. I want to know where you're at as we move to the second half of the season. If you don't value what Dan Campbell said, no problem. If you still want to get bent out of the shape that Jamo's not getting 5, 6, 7, 8 targets a week, no problem.
You know what?
You can do whatever you want. I'm telling you, in my world, he doesn't exist. We're moving forward. We're winning football games. That's it.
What you're saying makes total sense, Mike, but upon further review, I can't do that. I need him to exist. I need him to be here because it would just anger me if he just fades into the background. You then start looking at the cost that you bought this guy for and you got this guy. That would just anger me. So, yeah, I do need him to do something, to be –
Can't help you.
You got to do something.
You know what? That's on you. That's a YP, not an MP.
So you haven't gone through the stages of grief yet. I think where I am and where Mike is we're just done, and anything we get is a bonus. Whereas you're still in the anger phase of, well, we have buyer's remorse now.
No, it's
Why
not.
did we
It's
pick
not
up this
buyer's
guy?
remorse, Kenny.
I think it is buyer's remorse.
No, because contrary to popular belief, I do want this team to do well. I do want them to succeed. I really do. When I give out those draft picks at the beginning of the year, it's not, he's being a jerk. No, I think these are the people that can help your team.
Oh, I think you want them to win too. I'm not saying that you don't. I'm saying that you haven't gone through the process that me and Mike have of we don't expect anything from this guy.
It angers me.
Extensive grieving.
Yes.
It just angers me because I'm like, Jesus, yeah, dude, I was happy when I saw with Jahmyr Gibbs. Like, yes, okay, that's why they drafted you at that point.
I think Mike and I have already gone through that anger phase. Now we're at the acceptance phase.
I'm done.
Okay.
And look, my thing is, if he plays well, it's a bonus. It's a surprise. But what I'm not going to do is let it upset me. And I think if you're expecting anything from Jamo, you're probably going to be upset. They brought in DPJ and used words like smart, tough, can play all the positions, all about ball, professional. Look, I don't think they brought him here to not play.
I think DPJ is going to flourish here. Knowing what I don't know what happened this season in Cleveland.
I do.
But
they don't have a quarterback.
He really was starting to take off. David, I'm not saying this because he's a local kid and went to Cass Tech.
I know.
I think he fits this system well.
Well, here's
and if he does, that's where you got to make the choice. Do you want to win or do you want to make somebody happy? Because if you want to win, you're going to get the ball to DPJ.
I think if you're saying he's going to flourish, you're already answering that question. That means he's already surpassed Jamo. He's taken what Jamo, the little he had, and then ran with it and got more. So you're already saying it by saying he's going to flourish.
I think one thing you're seeing with Jared Goff, if he has a relationship with you, the ball's coming your way. And
Laporta.
Hey, Laporta, Josh Reynolds.
No. A rookie tight end is not supposed to play this way in the NFL.
No.
Laporta is playing the way I expected him in year 3, not year 1. Halfway into the season, he's one of your top 4, top 5 tight ends in the league.
So, talk to me. Where are you at mentally and emotionally? We kick off the second half of the year. Trade deadline's done. The comments about Donovan Peoples-Jones. Where are you at with Jamo? Because for me, it doesn't really matter anymore. At 6-2, at the deadline, at the bye, all I care about are stacking wins, getting this division under wraps, and then scoreboard watching in December. I'm not interested in being right or wrong. I'm not interested in validating what they did, a year and a half ago and selecting him. And I'm just done expecting anything from him. And if he gives me anything, I get to be surprised and pleasantly at that. 248-539-9797. David, what do the people have to say? We'll get some phone calls in the mix as well.
Someone says it's already over for Jamo because DPJ can catch the ball. Oh, Mike Rico, how about you listen to Herman Moore? He said that they were misusing Jamo in the offense. You look too deep into Dan Campbell's comments.
Okay, so real quick. I'm looking too deep into the comments of everyone then. Because I have played Dan Campbell. I have played Jared Goff. I've given you the total picture. You know what I'm tired of? Excuse making for Jamo. So now you mean to tell me that Ben Johnson, who is arguably a top 5 offensive coordinator and is going to get no less than a half a dozen head coach interviews this offseason, you now want me to listen to Herman Moore and say that Ben Johnson is not using Jamo right? That's what you want me to go with.
Heck, even Ben Johnson kind of came out and gave we're working with Jamo. We're
Time
working.
On task.
Right. Yeah, when they talk about the other players, it's glowing. When it's him, you could almost feel them rubbing their forehead like, yeah, you know what? It's going to work out. But I do think that this is an offense that everything that we've been waiting to see with Jamo, you could get with Donovan Peoples-Jones. And I think he's going to relish the fact of getting the ball thrown to him. With no quarterback in Cleveland, all of a sudden now you have one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. You simply, as Mike said, you got to gain his trust. Because if Goff likes you, you get the ball. If he knows you're going to get it. And please spare me with the whole, he's just too fast and Goff has to learn how to use him. Goff doesn't overthrow anybody else but him. Goff, he doesn't have a problem with any other receiver.
Some of you guys are as deep into this Jamo stuff as you are with Michigan. And then the more mental gymnastics you have to perform, the less likely you're actually right. Too fast. No, stop.
And then when you get him the ball, it's 50-50 whether he catches it.
It's actually 75-25 that he won't, if you want to be honest.
Just trying to be positive.
I'm not. I'm trying to be real.
Buy my pillow.
If you want to lie, no, boy. If you want to lie to your listeners, so be it. 248-539-9797. David, the ticket text, please.
Jamo is officially Laquan Treadwell. That is from Alex.
Sometimes stuff just doesn't work.
I just want to see what will happen when they line up Amon-Ra, Jamo, and you just said Amon, whatever, and Laporta. That will be exciting to watch other teams try to defend that. Okay. Regarding where I'm at with Jamo, I wish we would have traded him while he still has good value. I think that will be done by the end of this year. If you guys want the Lions to win something in the playoffs, you better hope Jamo takes off. Our offense needs weapons against the best defense.
Hold on. Why? Here's my 3 weapons that are going to be my primary receivers. And tell me that I'm at some huge deficit here. Amon-Ra, who's a top 5 wide receiver, Sam Laporta, who's a top 5 tight end, and then Josh Reynolds, who's that down in the dirt street brawler. Like a guy, if you're in a damn street fight in the alley as a quarterback, you want Josh Reynolds. Yeah. Then I factor in my running backs.
There it is.
Tell me why, again, I need this cat. Why? So a ball can bounce off his grill?
Because here's the other thing. And here's what you saw against the Raiders. Jahmyr Gibbs became the running back threat coming out the backfield, catching the ball that he was drafted to be. So at this point, he's the 5th option.
At best, 4th.
But
third and 6, I have more faith throwing the ball out the backfield to Jahmyr Gibbs and letting him do his thing running up the sideline than throwing it to Jamo.
248-539-9797.